In studio, we are blessed to have, once again, Bill Walton. Bill Walton, of course, needs no introduction. How are you, brother? Good to see you, man.
Sully, I am drifting and dreaming here. It's just fantastic to be able to come in here and spend the time with you on this glorious summer morning here in San Diego.
Yeah,
the weather is just so perfect. Believe me, if the Pilgrims had landed here, where would the rest of the country be? And Dave, nice to be with you. It's great to be talking insurance with you, life insurance. I got a lot of things going on that fire as well. So I'm looking forward to this secret asset here. It's going to be tremendous reading material for me. Thank you.
For our radio audience, Bill Walton's in studio here, and what you just heard for the radio audience was the Dreamer video that Curtis Matovich, our assistant director, Chris Janikis, our director, put together from the Challenge Athletes Foundation ride from San Francisco to San Diego last year. Does that bring back memories when you looked at that?
The best memories, because the Challenge Athletes Foundation, Sully, it's the best thing I've ever done in and with my life. What we do is we buy wheelchairs and prosthetics for people that don't have arms and legs so that they can participate in the game of life through sport. And mostly the people who we're working with on a constant basis are our veterans who have sacrificed everything for us. They're coming back blown up from Iraq and Afghanistan. They think their life is over. A young child who's never had the chance with the serious birth defect. The things that we take for granted. Or there's somebody who's maybe been in a horrific accident, and they lose an arm or a leg, and they think their life is over. And as we've all battled through the Junior Seau tragedy of this last 2 weeks here, and how awful it's been, when you get in that zone, and I've been there myself, Sully, where you just think it's over, and there is no way out, and there's nothing to do, but the empowering nature of what sport means to all of us, the sense of being a part of a team, the way it just makes you feel great. And when you ride your bike out there, which is the last thing on the line, the thing that we all end up doing, those of us in the world of sport, is the pool.
Yeah.
I start every morning in the warm water, the Mission Valley YMCA, the weight room, in the backyard, in the garage, and then the bike, which pulls it all together. And that ability to sense the freedom, to sense the movement, the sense that you just lose over the course of a life. I've had 36 orthopedic operations. I've got 2 fused ankles. My knees, hands, and wrists don't work, and now I have a fused spine. Other than that, everything is fantastic out there.
Let me just tell you, though, this guy that's had 36 orthopedic surgeries beat me to a pulp like I was a little girl on the way down the coast.
That's not true, Sully. You're a stud out there on that side. And I just ride for fun, folks. I have 2 names in the world of cycling, 2 nicknames, Crash and Always Lost.
Well, it's interesting because you look at the map, and from San Francisco to San Diego, it looks all downhill. I'm here to tell you, and Bill can tell you too, it's all downhill right until you start. Right.
I love the long, hard uphill climbs. That's where it all comes
Day
together.
3.
Well, it's just Big Sur, San Francisco, and they're having the Amgen Tour of California right now, which is just absolutely fantastic to watch. And what Phil Liggett does for us is what Chick Hearn has done for us our entire lives. It just makes it so much fun, and that's what the Challenged Athletes Foundation is all about. Yeah. And we've got this fantastic event this weekend here in San Diego.
Let's talk about the ridiculous obstacle challenge, the rock
We're having
race.
severe levels of ridiculosity here, where we're just coming to celebrate fun, life, health, sport, everything. The Del Mar Fairgrounds this Saturday and Sunday. Go to rockrace.com. Now, ROC is ROC, Ridiculous Obstacle Challenge. And we're having a big challenged athlete component to this event, where we're going to have a VIP party where if you raise X amount of dollars, the bottom line is if you raise $250, 100% of it, Sully, is going to the Challenged Athletes Foundation.
CAF.
You get to go to this party. I'm the host of the party. It's going to be free food, free music, free gifts, free everything, free goodie bags. We've also got Marshall Faulk, the Hall of Fame football player, coming. We've got John Howard, who is the most accomplished cyclist in the history of the world.
Fastest man on a bike, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. Go to johnhowardsports.com. It's unbelievable what John has been able to do, and he's just a huge supporter of all the things that we're doing with the Challenged Athletes Foundation. He did the ride last year, and we're all coming together to raise money, much needed money, to buy the apparatus, the equipment, the prosthetics, the sport chairs for Operation Rebound, which is a huge component of what we do at the Challenged Athletes Foundation.
You know, what's interesting here is you're talking about, and a big part of our audience, Armed Forces Radio Network, 175 countries. I'll tell you what, there is a segment of Challenged Athletes Foundation that all the money that I personally raised last year went to, which is Operation Rebound.
Right, which is all the money that's for the rock race. Right. Is going all of it to our veterans.
Okay.
Because what happens, Sully, is that you give up.
Yeah, sure.
And that's what Junior did. And that's where I was. And when you're in that space, it's the clearest thing in the world.
Right.
But I cannot tell you, Sully, how many people every day. My problem was a public problem because I had to disappear from view because my spine failed.
Sure.
And so I'm lying on the floor for 3 years.
Yeah, right.
3 years on the floor, unable to do anything. I had surgery at the 2-year mark. And then the number of people, Sully, that called every day and said, "Don't give up, Bill.
Because you had
Don't
to have
give
you
up.
had to have
You
a
can
support
make
system.
it, Bill." And that's what I just desperately wanted to be there for Junior. But I wasn't, and I'm just so crushed. And so what we're all trying to do is, so those people out there who were struggling, who were battling, my life was saved. A visionary doctor here in San Diego, Dr. Steve Garf.
From Nuvasiv.
From Nuvasiv, an
right.
incredible startup company 10, 12 years ago that had the dream.
Sure.
And we talk about drifting and dreaming, and that's what it is. We're out there on our bike, and we're trying to make a difference and trying to provide opportunity.
Sure.
And what you're doing here, Sully, is just absolutely fantastic. It's the same story that what Dave's doing with the secret asset and his life insurance. It's a remarkable harmonic convergence that's all coming together this Saturday and Sunday, Del Mar Fairgrounds, rockrace.com, rocrace.com. It's just fantastic.
Let me hang on one second. Just real quickly before we get to the next. What time?
I'm wearing a costume.
Are you really?
I got a costume. I
know it's not a Lakers outfit. I know
well, the Lakers, they looked good last night.
I did.
But they means nothing.
Yeah, right.
Game 2, that's what it's all. That's the greatest thing about sport, about the CAF, about your show. It's always about what's next.
That's exactly.
And what matters, I don't care what direction I'm going as long as it's forward here.
What time does this start on? So it's Saturday
The
and Sunday.
party starts at 11.
11 o'clock.
Yes,
Okay.
but that's when the party starts.
Bill, and you said people can help raise, and if they raise a minimum of
$250.
that's all, and that allows them to come to the party.
You get to come to the party. You get to participate in the event. There's all kinds of prizes. You get a backstage tour of LA Live and ESPN studios up there. You get a Clipper MVP NBA package meet and greet with all the stars up there. I'm throwing in all kinds of stuff. Marshall, John Howard, everybody's donating all kinds of stuff.
I'm coming just to see you in the costume. I've seen you in the racing kit.
How do they raise the money, Bill? What do you want them to do?
You go to the website, rockrace.com, and there's gigantic links and everything. Just go right to it. Or you can go to challengedathletes.org, which is the website for the Challenged Athletes Foundation.
There's a link from bigbizshow.com. Also, I 25,000 Twitter followers. I'll put this website out there as well, and we'll play it all week. But I can tell you this. Many of you know that I was a taco shy of 400 pounds just a couple of years ago, and I think we probably have that picture up there. After 150 pounds, and I can tell you when we started training last year, I was 60 pounds heavier than I was this year. You know, you're riding this ride, you're raising this money for these people, and you start complaining a little bit as you get through Big Sur. You look to your right, and there's a guy with no legs, and you look to your left, and you've made best friends with a guy who was hit by a motorcycle, David Lee, or who was hit while on his motorcycle, David Lee. These guys are riding the miles
hand cycles.
with their hand cycles. And it gives you a perspective that you probably didn't expect. These two guys there, Curtis Matovich and Chris Janikis, my director, assistant director, show up to shoot this thing, and I couldn't believe the looks on their face when they saw all those people.
The first year I do it, the year it just record rains in the coast of California, and it's just miserable. We're on the most beautiful part. Absolutely incredible. We're on the 17-mile drive, Carmel, Pebble Beach, Monterey, all just fantastic. And it is pouring rain, and it is just freezing cold, and everybody's got hypothermia. And I'm looking at myself. I can't feel my hands. I can't feel my legs. It's got blood all over me from going down in the crashes and the grease. and I look over, and on my side, I got my friend Tommy, and Tommy's just smiling so broadly. On my other side, I got Brad, and he's just beaming. He's so excited. I'm looking back at these guys, and Tommy's telling, "Come on, Bill, sing the chimes of freedom for us." And I look back at Tommy, and Tommy's got one arm.
Yeah, right.
And I look back over here at Brad, who's saying, "Come on, Bill, mission in the rain. Some folks would be so happy they have just one dream come true." And Brad, he's got one leg, and they're just out there making it happen, chasing their dreams. The Challenged Athletes Foundation, the best thing I've ever done in and with my life.
Bill Walton, thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming in. You're welcome here anytime.
Sully, I'm coming back. Dave, good luck with your book. This looks fantastic. I'm reading it on the plane ride to the convention right now. Here we go.
Big Biz Show, bigbizshow.com.